purpose going for very safe openings, making draws within the first 20 moves. I feel like losing is more acceptable to everyone but the person themselves.
Yeah.
And the risk of losing is why they're making the draws to begin with.
At least you can say you tried, you pressed, you tried to take advantage of Magnus's early slip. But it's going to be good news for Magnus, who's not going to repeat the position in this Sicilian Najdorf. It's going to be good news that some of his rivals are feeling the heat. And this is one of the main lines of the Sicilian. Magnus Carlsen's queenside. He's maybe more willing to play these types of positions in blitz games than in classical chess. He rarely embarks on such double-edged play in longer games these days. But what do we think of this opening choice? Nice.
I've played this with white. Okay. And I feel like I always mess it up. So now I'm just mostly eagerly anticipating, what are you supposed to do with white when black really postpones castling for a really long time like this? I have not figured out what to do before. So I would like Magnus to show me.
Is this saved up prep from the 2013 World Championship match?
Certainly not. I've spent a lot of time looking at these lines as well, and I also do not understand what white is supposed to do.
When Magnus plays A3, that's the kind of move I would make in this position because I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Well, he might have more intention behind the move than what you normally do.
And then we go around.
Okay, so if Magnus is slightly sick and doesn't have a plan and is now playing A3 and
he does have a plan. Look at, sure, you can do the arrows that way, David, but do them via A2 just to kind of make Maud understand that there is some way you can use the A3 move.
And maybe now it's important because you don't want to go to D3 and allow the black knight in.
Oh, wow. Okay. I take back my criticism of the world's best chess player and I consider myself educated.
But it's a very good illustration of, you could have played that move as well. You could have played A3 as well, but you wouldn't have played it with the same kind of strategic intention that Magnus had. And that's true.
But you would have no way of knowing.
But it's true for basically every move, right? Yeah. Every single chess player can play every single one of Magnus's moves. But it's how the moves are put into context and working together with one another and being part of a larger plan that is the major difference between, you and Magnus.
Thank you for reminding me. But it is actually fun that I now know this plan. I think I'll remember it. I'm always wondering, do you guys feel like you become a better chess player from sitting in a studio and watching a lot of chess at the highest level? Because it hasn't affected me that much, my rating so far. So I'm kind of waiting for that. Is it positive for you guys?
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't play so much over the board, but Jon Ludvig, winning Norwegian Championship while commentating, surely it helps.
I can quite definitively say that it doesn't help, and part of the reason is that I become a bit kind of accustomed to watching the computer's evaluation, and so I think it doesn't necessarily help you from a calculating standpoint, which, is a very, very big part of the game. But I do think that being exposed to chess in general, commentary included, can give you some insights. And for me personally, I've never seen this plan before. And the way Magnus is executing it, I think is very, very nice. And I will definitely keep that in mind for the future. And then I'll lose games because I'm miscalculating, not because I'm unaware of, tricky, cool plans.
But look at Magnus now. Is he frustrated or something?
I should probably win, but... Oh my God, why did I allow that?
Magnus is unhappy because he wanted to move his knight into the center, and now tactically he can't do that in such a good way.
He's regretting not having taken this knight on the previous move and then jumped in, because now taking this knight, which he does, invites some complications. And this is what he was cursing himself about. He's going to end up with an extra rook for bishop, exchange up, but his bishop in the corner looking a bit offside for now. I don't know if black can take advantage of that somehow.
You just got to go for it immediately, I feel. Just push the pawn to f6 and get the king included to go after the bishop. And then the problem is when Magnus tries to force the bishop back, you're actually going to have to... Ooh, that feels better than what I was saying.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Valuation bar doesn't approve. Is it because the white queen can maybe come in some circumstances? I don't see it, though. F4. Magnus not finding the best move, apparently, but...
Well, but this one seems pretty good, right? He just needs to open up around that white bishop in the corner to get it out alive.
Ooh, black setting a cunning trap. He wants to threaten bishop to a2 check, getting the bishop out of the way and winning the white queen.
There's a lot of tactical stuff going on here. And look at Magnus's, like...
Why do I just take a positionally winning position and turn it into...
He's still upset about that bishop takes knight thing.
Yeah, right idea, wrong order. That's all he can think. But he is winning if he can knuckle down and calculate a little bit here.
But it was a great play from Kocharin, who managed to kind of force the white queen away from the diagonal of the white bishop in the corner, which is creating more problems for Magnus to deal with.
Yeah. And Magnus's trick here is that the black king can't go for the white bishop yet, because the white bishop will take a pawn, save itself, and the black bishop will be hanging in the center. So if you can't go for it yet, maybe it does survive a bit longer. What else can black try? Are there any more tricks?
Pawn to f6 maybe, try and reinforce in the center. But the problem then is,
Makes sense. But you're fearing some kind of...
Well, I was, but then I noticed the bishop. At least black has a bishop protecting that f1 square, so it's not so easy for Magnus to get his rook pointed down on the white king. He might still have to do it, though. And keep in mind that Magnus has a rook and a pawn in trade for the bishop, so giving back a rook for a bishop in itself is not necessarily that big of a deal.
And look at his expression, though. He still seems so annoyed with himself.
Wow.
Oh, that is drastic. Giving back the material advantage.
Try and simplify the thinking.
He says simplify, but to me, like, he's giving up the rook as well.
Wow.
And computer says he's a genius.
Wow.
I'm just going to simplify.
The material count is 4 pawns for the bishop, and white has an ongoing attack, mainly because the black king is
He's
just
smiling
there right now.
He's smiling.
Yeah, but isn't it a problem that if the black bishop was on further back, then it would be okay. But Magnus also has some tricks because he's about to force the black rook away from the protection of the black bishop.
Yeah, very clever move, though, to use the king as a blockader of the pawn. Magnus just needs to add his rook into the attack. There we go. Threatening a check.
And he needs to be aware of the time situation. Both Kocharin now down to less than a minute. Magnus has a couple more seconds, but it's not a lot.
And look at the black queen. The black queen is just completely unable to contribute defensively.
Worst queen ever. And checkmate, or some checks are threatened. Looks like something should be falling here. Magnus can go in with some checks immediately. He can also just go in. Well, there might be some back rank mates, so you still got to calculate a little bit.
And they're still playing kind of slow for the fact that they have less than a minute left right now. And look, Magnus, what is this expression?
So sluggish.
Oh, gosh. He's not happy with himself in this game, even though we were admiring the way he did this plan earlier. And he's just upset with one move that he messed up the order of. And then the game was a complete chaos.
And that's what we talked about just at the beginning of the tournament, of the show, that it's all about the ability to bounce back from disappointment. And here I feel like, Magnus is disappointed and frustrated about that one mistake, the move he made. But I think he wouldn't be this upset about it if not for the fact that he got checkmated in round 1 as well.
Exactly. He feels like he's missing these short tactics, like these one movers, these two movers. He is going to win this game, though. He's several pawns up, and the black king is so open. And that could be the clincher, getting the rooks off the board, maybe even winning the rook now. If the black queen tries to defend, there will be some checks. And frustration for Magnus, but he's getting the job done. Double attack. 10 seconds. Kocharin's playing on. But there we go, Magnus looks confident. He's going to move on to 3 out of 4 in the first break.